Right, we're filled up. And let's head on down the road. We can see how busy. This little restaurant is here right next to a petrol station. And it's getting hot at the moment. There's a massive pothole here. Oh my god, it's huge. And all the foreign lads are all coming to fill up here. They've got a filling station on the left, Build a Truck, they do some diesel there. Sassy Trans, where I've just been, they do diesel there, it's a cheap diesel. So let's get on out of here.
Cruce la rotonda, primera salida.
In 200 meters, at the roundabout, take the second exit onto N121A.
And let's get on this N121A. I've not been in on in years, for a long time, and it's the first time I've been in customs for a long while, so it comes back to you eventually, but when you've not been somewhere for ages, you think to yourself, bloody hellfire, is this the right place?
Cruce la rotonda, segunda salida.
So is this Marco Tran? Yeah. See, now without the head mount you can't really see the problems I'm having on this roundabout here. Right, let's go. Oh yeah, right. Yes, shots off you.
Exit the roundabout onto N121A.
There's a guy putting his hands up.
In 300 meters, at the roundabout, take the second exit and stay on N121A.
Después de 200 metros, cruce la rotonda, segunda salida. Cruce la rotonda, segunda salida.
There's a big old Magnum there, a Renault Magnum. Right, let's go. And now this is where all the majority of the Spanish guys are running down towards Pamplona and that way. They'll come down here, and this is the way you come. You've got time. You save money on the tolls on the N121A, on the A68 instead of the AP68 and the E15, AP68, and then you run down all the way from Zaragoza on the A23 towards Teruel, so you save yourself a lot of money going down. So this is a route I used to go years and years ago. So let's enjoy. "74 kilometers to Pamplona." That's where they do the running of the bulls in Spain. ago, is to stop to a place, Noain. There's a big industrial estate where I used to go and fill up a bit further along. And if it's still there, there's going to be a KTM dealer, but you won't see it from this side, you only see it from the other way. If you're driving round the other side from the south heading north. And you came off here, you came off to Bira, you go underneath, and then on the left hand side a bit further down there's an industrial estate, see a big petrol station there on the left. You used to come out on the left hand side here, and there it is there on the left. I've just picked it up. And the KTM dealer was a bit further down on the left hand side, because through these tunnels there was a KTM shop on the left hand side. So I don't know if it's still there. Like I said, it's been years and years since I've been here. There it is, KTM. There it is there on the left. Yeah, it's still there. My memory still serves me well. Old age ain't crept up on me yet. A bit further along there's some big climbs, some big hills, and over the years I've seen wagons struggling up here in the middle of the summertime, literally smoke pouring out the engines, brakes almost on fire. You could see that, you could smell the brakes, gearboxes, clutches, you could honestly, you could smell everything. It was crazy in the heat. Don't know if we've passed it yet. On the right hand side further up, it might be a bit further along, there's like a little statue. It looks like almost like a Bigfoot, like a monster, the abominable, not snowman, but it's the abominable forest man. Now these here in Spain, you've got to give these almost 2.5 meters or 1.5 meters, 1.5 to 2 meters space if you're passing cyclists by law. Now here you'll see all the Spanish trucks using this road all the way up. So you can basically run up from Murcia all the way up to the top of Irun, toll free if you use these roads. And obviously you can save every penny helps in this game, so nice to run along here. Good years, I can't remember how many years, but I've been up here. There's a little petrol station on the way down on the right hand side, but we're doing it up last time I was here. I used to stop on the way down, get a nice shower, cheap food. Along single carriageways in Spain it is 80 kilometers an hour, 90s for cars. Right on cue. these mountains here, best just to hold it in manual, easy to drive it. The automatic gearbox sometimes it can be a bit dodgy. I prefer using it in manual because you can modulate it, modulate the throttle, hold the gears longer going up some of these hills. The weather's looking a bit dodgy. We might get a thunderstorm, so hopefully we drop out of these mountains before the rain comes. Before you get the rain or fog or mist. Further down south, it is still hot. Beautiful countryside. There'll be some nice roads off the beaten track here to go with your motorbike. And here definitely 100% you need a bare minimum of 500 if you're hauling anything heavy. Anything less, you're going to end up breaking your trucks. As you'll see further along, there'll be loads of little signs where lay-bys you'll see trucks. You'll see what I mean. There's like a little funny sign. Trucks struggling to get up the hills. And this wind is making it a bit treacherous here. Worst thing that can happen is if you get stuck behind somebody who's very, very heavy when you're going up the single carriageways here. You can get stuck ever so slightly, but it's not bad when you see those little lanes for the slow moving vehicles on the right hand side, so you can get past them. But yeah, honestly, I've seen so many wagons up here struggling up and down the hills. If you've got a V8 or a 500 from here, you're alright. Anything less than a 500 with weight on the back, you're going to literally end up breaking your truck and you'll need a wrecker. There's on the right hand side there, I don't know if you picked it up, it's like this statue, it looks like a big abominable creature. I don't know whether I picked it up on the camera there. I should have put on the head mount really for this bit. been through these mountains with a 580 before as well. Very, very heavy. An all-style 580. And even that was struggling sometimes in the heat. Left hooker 4x2 again. Now look at this stupid car. Why don't you just bloody disappear, imbecile? You've got the speed to just put your foot down, get past the truck, but no. Shit house. Another motorway there, so you can always use these ones as well with the EDC cards on the left hand side there if you're heading north. So there you can use the EDC coming back up again. Twisters. Further along there's a couple of little villages where there's some speed cameras a bit further down, so when you're dropping down you need to drop right down to about 50 kilometers an hour when you get through these little villages further down. You can see how smooth these roads are as well. But these mountain roads are very, very smooth. I don't know whether they might have resurfaced the roads since last time I was up here. But it definitely looks and feels very, very smooth a surface to drive on. Iberdrola, Scottish Power, electric, Spanish electric company. See, even along this road, if it's a national road, there are still plenty of places you can get diesel along here. So it's not like you're going to be stuck in the middle of nowhere where you're sweating, thinking, am I going to run out of juice? There's plenty. There's Repsols, Moeves, EDC. So you're not going to run out of juice along the stretch of road. Still obviously up in the Basque country, hence you'll see the writing is slightly different. So it's, even though we are in Spain, this region is the Basque region, which have their own dialect of speech. Now, headlights on in the tunnels in Spain, as you can see how dark it is. And the amount of times, believe me, I've seen car drivers driving about, no lights on, in the middle of the night through these tunnels and realising, oh crap, let's put my lights on. And along here as well, you know, I wouldn't even bother risking speeding because I've seen over the years loads, and you've got loads of police cars. The Basque police, I wouldn't want to be messing about with these up here. Or police in Spain in general, let's just put it that way. And that's the way it should be. Honestly, the police over here, if you start well, put it this way, you want to mess about with them over here, I'll give you an acronym, F-A-F-O. F around and find out. You'll definitely find out in Spain, believe me. They don't play games like they do in England. catch up back up again a bit further down the road when we're getting a bit closer to Irunya. Not Irunya, Pamplona. If you're going towards Irunya, we're going the wrong bloody way.
Después de 500 metros, manténgase a la izquierda.
Tell you what, no, I'll leave it running for a bit because there's some hills coming up.
Manténgase a la izquierda.
We'll see if we find these funny little signs with the trucks. Like the trucks are struggling going uphill. You can see what I mean in a minute. You've got like steam coming out of the truck's mouth and nose when we get up some of these hills. There's my phone pinging off telling me welcome to Spain. You've got cars going to the back of trucks.
Después de 500
The funny little signs.
metros, manténgase a la
Now,
izquierda.
we're going to have to start putting on the hazard soon here in a minute if we're struggling to climb. So let these guys know to go around us. Now he's light, he's going around.
Manténgase a la izquierda.
So up here, climbing in Spain, always hazards on. As you'll see, there's guys flying up, could be empty or a lot lighter, coming up, and if you've got no hazards on, as that sign said, cars and trucks could end up smashing into the back of you. Now we're currently down to 50 kilometers an hour, 30 miles an hour, so at these speeds, hazards on at all times. And further along, I'm going to stop and switch to the head mount, I think. Now bearing in mind, with this load we're only 33,500 kilograms, 33.5 tons. Now if you fully loaded at 40 tons maximum, you can imagine how much slower we'd be going up this hill. Now I've knocked it down to 7th. And there's the sign, there it is. Truck's got smoke coming out of it. And trust me, I've seen a load of them. There it is there. Smoke coming out of the wagon, Jesus. Con problemas mecánicos. Pull over. So with mechanical problems, you're going to have to pull over to the right hand side. If you're smoking, if your engine, your gearbox is fooped, your brakes, oh, your clutch, you got brown pants, pull over to the right hand side. See, I knocked it down then into auto and it went automatically tried to go up, so I just wanted to see what it was going to do, and it did a stupid move to try to go up one gear. We could do 7th. This is the nature of Spain. There's some big old mountains to climb. Big mountains. Up in the north, if you're dropping down from Zaragoza, Teruel, down to Valencia. So massive drops. Now we're down to 27 miles an hour. We're struggling at 40. What we do in 45 kilometers an hour. So we're only going ever so slightly quicker than that picture was showing then. And we're picking up speed again. There we go, we've got another fella up there with his hazards on, as you can see. Just common sense. If you're very heavy heading up these roads, the hazards need to be on, because you can cause a massive pile up otherwise. Because the amount of times I've seen people not paying attention, flying up, and then I've seen them slam on the anchors, swerving around, all kinds of stupidity. And guess who the drivers normally are of them? It's not trucks. Stretch over, there are quite a few tunnels, obviously, because we're going underneath the mountains. So loads and loads of little tunnels. Remember whether this was where the petrol station used to be here. I can't remember if it was here a bit further down the road. there's the little village I was telling you about where you drop down. So yes, the memory's still here. Just about, mind you. Now when I'm not knackered, I can remember quite a few things, but when you're fatigued, when you've been driving for bloody hours and hours, and over the years you are going to get a few things wrong. So it is what it is. So let's crack on again. I love going down the national roads down in Spain. There's some beautiful little towns and villages when you come off the motorways. Gorgeous scenery, some gorgeous sights. Looks like the sun's trying to come back out again soon, thank God, anyway, so that'll be nice. Right, well, we've dropped down from out the mountains. Now we're still making our way across now, so it's alright. See, that N121A ain't too bad. You do, oh come on cars, hurry up, speed up people, for the love of God. So yeah, it's not too bad once you drop down the mountain here, and then we head towards Zaragoza on the PA30. So it's a nice little road. You don't really lose too much time, you save a bit of money on the tolls. Even if you got on the toll motorway, just be up and down anyway, so if you're going to be up and down through the hills, save a bit of money. So now we're dropping down, we're going to head towards a place called Tudela, and then from there we'll go across the excuse me, the A68 towards Zaragoza. to speed up. Honestly, how people, it's universal, they don't know how to enter a dual carriageway or motorway at reasonable speed. And El Pozo, these are down in Murcia. We do a lot of ham on. Do a lot of a ham in and around Spain and whatever. So these are it's a massive company down near Prima Frio in Murcia. Now it clearly says, it says 100 kilometers an hour, and these cars here, they're doing what? Not even 90. So here's Pamplona, the turn off towards Pamplona and Osasuna Football Club. Now the guy's got his bloody rear fog lights on for what reason I don't know. It's this invisible fog here that only the car can see. Again, buffoonery. Come on. Right, I'm going to have to put on the head mount for the remainder of the way on the way a bit down because you couldn't see there. And me looking at the mirrors, trying to indicate, and not one of these bloody car drivers will let me out now. Bugger off. I'm going to have to let this truck in.
Después de 800 metros, cruce la rotonda, segunda salida.
Speed, for the love of God. See, there's the example there, the Spanish roundabout. If I was in England, you'd have to be in the left-hand lane to turn left, but in Spain it's done differently. You go all the way around the outside and then you come off.
Manténgase a la izquierda. En la rotonda, gire a la derecha, primera salida. Luego, manténgase a la izquierda. Después de 700 metros, manténgase a la izquierda. Luego, permanezca en el carril izquierdo.
Look through the bends. Okay, so someone's broken down around this corner, you never know. On a hard shoulder, there could be anybody broken down.
Manténgase a la izquierda. Luego, permanezca en el carril izquierdo.
There we are, we can see Tudela, Zaragoza, Madrid.
Manténgase a la izquierda.
So, let's make our way towards Tudela.
Después de 800 metros, manténgase a la izquierda. Luego, permanezca en el carril derecho. Manténgase a la izquierda. Luego, permanezca en el carril derecho.
Oh, wait a minute here. take P15,
metros, tome la
go
salida.
down the N121 as it's free. Right, van, come on, speed up. Come on, fella, hurry up. Right, no indication, no thank you, you absolute
Tome
buffoon.
la salida.
There's another Harry Potter train. There you go, the Harry Potter. That's a proper Harry Potter train viaduct. Look at that one. It's lovely, that. Leviosa! Turn back into Snape again. The indignant, pompous teacher that is Lord Snape. Harry Potter, you buffoon. Potter.
Después de 400 metros, manténgase a la izquierda.
Broke out into Snape then. Remember I said to you in one of my old videos how you can
Manténgase
get,
a la izquierda.
how something can just trigger a memory, whether it's a sight, a smell. Now why pay when you can just use these roads here that's free, that all the Spanish guys use when in Rome or when in Spain, make like the Spanish. .83 kilometers to Tudela. And there's a lovely little restaurant I used to stop near there. There's a big there's a fuel station in Tudela, and there's a nice little restaurant outside there, so should I stop there to get some lunch? I don't know. I've already had some, made a couple of sandwiches before. I might need to stop and get a drink perhaps. I'd only use this little stretch of road here because I'm in no rush. For delivery's not till Monday. So if it was delivery for tomorrow, I just got straight on the motorways and just blitzed it the whole way down. But we've no need to be rushing around anywhere. The big sunflower fields here.
Cruce la rotonda, segunda salida.
These little towns and villages here, there'll all be little siestas at this time. It's now local time, what time are we on here? Local 1:45 in England, so 2:45, so yeah, all be on siesta. And he definitely wasn't doing 50 kilometers an hour. I'm using these little roads here, and eventually I'm going to need to try to see, I need to get a locksmith to get a padlock. I've got a massive lock for my trailer, but it fits everything but the Chiro trailer. So I need just to use a padlock for now, like a big thick padlock. beautiful sun's come out again. Love it, love it, love it. P15 for a bit now, so I'll knock it off. Last time I came through here, they had a police tachograph controller down here. Yeah, it was here. Last time I did come here, they had all the tacho control. Literally where all these people have stopped here.